Hi everybody, it's Andy Mack here, just bringing you an update on what's on my workbench. Had a break for my Napoleonics over Christmas and was just leaving them on pause for the moment. They will be back, but as you can see, these are my Wars of the Roses Levy. I'm just doing Levy to bulk up the Wars of Roses retinues and household men-at-arms. Levy were the sort of the local dregs that the Lord would call up and require people to muster and serve for him for, I think it was about 40 days along that sort of time. So these weren't often the best troops, but you would get other soldiers of fortune. The Wars of Roses was after the 100 Years' War, so there was a lot of soldiers up for hire in the area, out of work and always looking for a fight. So yeah, it's with a view to doing the Towton 1461 battle. So that the others, I've done have got a lot more than what you can see here. This is just a sample representation, but I'm sort of rebasing and doing a lot, adding a load more. Peter Pig is the rangers I'm adding from that range into my army because they're one of the best. I think they're one of the best 15mm figures at the moment. What you can see in front of you is Essex and another range, which sadly I can't remember where they're from. So these ones are all along the front here are that range, which I can't remember, as are these. So most of the front ones there. A couple of ones here are Essex, and these guys at the back here, a lot of them Essex, that's a Lancashire Games. So a lot of British companies there in my army. So that's a project that's ongoing, and then more recently I've also embarked upon a 6mm army, inspired by Stig of the Dump and his recent presentation for Team Yankee in 6mm. I thought I'd do something similar. I bought Team Yankee. I've also got other rule sets, AK-47 and Full Force. So not Full Force, yeah, Force on Force. Sorry, and what else have I got? Force on Force, AK-47 and Team Yankee. So between those, I hope to do a couple of African scenarios, post-World War II African scenarios. It's quite an interesting theatre, apart from obviously the great tragedies and the barbaric some of the barbaric episodes that's happened there. There's also a lot of, for a wargamer's point of view, it's a very interesting. You've got a lot of mercenaries. You've got the proxy influences, Cubans who went over there and supported some of the Angolian communist armies. But then you've got lots of other things, the Rhodesians and their struggles, and obviously it's a great revolutionary period, so there's a lot of interesting politics, and that all goes with it. So yeah, it's a period which I've grown up from. I remember vividly the television bulletins from these places, the border wars in South Africa. Even remember some of the Rhodesian news bulletins, and the obviously Angola and all the problems with Rwanda and places like that were big features of my time when I was growing up. So I've always been interested in the period, and from a wargame point of view, it does make for quite a variety of units and troop types and terrain, and it's quite an interesting place. So without further ado, these here are pickup trucks which can be adapted into technicals. That little pile of that pile there is actually a anti-aircraft gun that you can mount on the back of with its crew. You can mount on the back of the technicals. Panards, a couple of panards there. The turrets may be actually wrong. They may be Rattel turrets. I've got some Rattels and Panard turrets in very similar size. So I will check and see which turrets actually are the right ones. They do come in separate packs, but I did actually put them in one pack at one time and mix them up. So I say more technical there, pickup trucks. further back, these are the Ratels I mentioned. Ratels, I think, pardon me if I'm pronouncing things wrong. Different grades of Ratels. Further back, adapted, upgraded Centurions. The South Africans did upgrade Centurions, calling them Oliphants. These are actually Israeli ones, just for ease of getting hold of. But they're obviously upgraded Centurions, so much the same as what the South Africans might have used. So I'm using them and probably be with more of the South African type. And then at the back there, the classic T55, without any updates or modernizations, just straightforward T55. Small profile, very easy to maintain, hence its popularity. And you even see them cropping up nowadays, even still now. So a great little tank. Obsolete now, but and certainly even during this period they were obsolete. But because of their ease of maintenance and cost of running, they're very popular. And then I've got a Puma, workhorse of case vacs and stuff for the border wars and Rhodesia and places like that. Great little helicopter, very long service life. I think the Oryx is what they call it, or something, words to that effect, in the South Africans. And then the classic light attack helicopter, the Alouette, was also used for ferrying in fire teams. I think they call them strikes then. It could carry 4 soldiers and the pilot, so with that the fire teams were reduced in size and they operated as 4s. So and that's the Rhodesian fire teams, I should say, I think it was. And then this little down here is all the weaponry below. There's the weaponry that you can put on the bottom of the Alouette. So, and the rotor blades, so forth. And then at the back here, I've got an old MiG, an early MiG, and then some Froggers, 2 Frogger bombers. So, and then I've got various infantry packs, but they're all very, very cheap. So each, when you're talking 60p, 40, 60p, something like that for a tank or a vehicle, up to about, I think the highest is about £3 for sort of infantry pack. But you get an awful lot of infantry in there. It really is, in my opinion, a great value for money, and for low budget or low space, I think it's an excellent possibility for people wanting to do modern warfare engagements. So anyway, I've been thinking about the terrain, and everything's gone small scale. We can get some downloaded templates off the internet, which I've done, and I may make up into little card or buildings anyway. I know Timecast and various other companies do buildings and so forth. So yeah, I've been very impressed with them. Should be quite fun to build a little army, and we'll see how things like, how well it goes with things like Team Yankee or whatever rules I used to do. I probably will play a game of AK-47 with it just for a bit of fun as well. Let's see how that goes. So I think these bigger ones here, these might be the Panhard. It's not sure. Maybe not. I'll check. But either way, the great. This is my taster, little taster army, and I'll be buying things a bit more to specification later. So I just wanted to taste it and see what what you got for your money. And I like what I've seen, so I'm going to get a load more. And they'll be quite quick to paint up, so it shouldn't impact too much on other projects. And be quite quick to field what can be quite sizable armies. So yeah, looking forward to it. Anyway, enough of me. Hope you all are well and are getting on with things. And I've enjoyed some of the videos being posted. Do keep posting, and wishing you all the best for the near future. Andy Mackay, thank you.